So 2 weeks ago, Jiren eliminates Hit. Last week, Frieza eliminates Cabba. Universe 6 getting a very bad 1-2 punch from the rest of the Tournament of Power. And now they're down to 2 Saiyans and 2 Namekians. What is going to happen? Let's talk about Dragon Ball Super episode 113. This one's hard, okay? Kikitoshite Sentokyo Saiyajin Baturu Siatavi, which translates to, with great joy, the Battle Crazy Saiyan fight. Now, the real cliffhanger last week was not just that Cabba was out, but the real cliffhanger was that Caulifla wanted to fight Goku. And the episode ends with her kind of saving Goku from the Universe 3 robots and basically telling Goku, hey, let's get it on. And interestingly enough, this week's episode, they repeated the cliffhanger. So we show it like they showed it again. They showed Caulifla saving Goku again. And they're going to start the episode by repeating the same footage they showed last week, which is not anything new. Dragon Ball Z has done this a couple times in the past where they've kind of repeated shots. Sometimes they'll reanimate them, you know, at the beginning of the next episode, but it's rare that we've seen this in Super, but here it is. So basically the story of this episode was a very simple episode to watch. It was pretty much just a fight. We saw virtually nobody else but Goku, Caulifla, and Kale. There were a couple of shots of a few fighters, you know, around the arena. There was a couple of, you know, shots of the people in the bleachers, like the gods and the fighters that have lost already, been thrown out. But we saw nothing really of Vegeta, Frieza. I mean, if they did show up, I missed them, but there was no update on anything else. The entire episode was focused on Goku and Caulifla and Kale, mostly Goku and Caulifla. The whole story, of course, being that Caulifla wants Super Saiyan 3. Now, obviously in the past, she wanted, you know, she conveyed to Goku she wanted blue. So I think what's going on is Caulifla just wants all the forms. She wants everything. She wants to go in order like Goku did. That's what seems to be the case here. She's, of course, upset because Hit and Cabba are gone, and she doesn't want to feel helpless. And I understand that she wants to get stronger, because the way that Caulifla is being written is she's kind of being written as the Universe 6 version of what Goku used to be, where she's kind of immature, she's kind of, you know, self-centered in a way, and she kind of just wants to get stronger and wants to fight and have fun fighting and getting stronger. And she does want to save her universe, don't get me wrong, but it just seems like the right strategy would be more so to come up with some way to survive. But I guess her idea of surviving is just to get stronger. I mean, that's the Saiyan way. I mean, that's how the entire race is. It's all about strength. So it's not uncharacteristic for Caulifla to act this way. I don't think this is a character, you know, plot hole, but it's certainly a character flaw, but it's also one that's expected from the Saiyans. I mean, we've seen Vegeta and Goku make these mistakes so many times in Dragon Ball Z. It would make sense that Caulifla and Kale do it too. But I just personally feel like it would make more sense if they were smarter than that. Cabba seems to be level-headed. That's the way they're kind of writing these characters, is that Cabba is much more like Gohan. I've said this before, in like Trunks, where he's more of like a thinking guy, whereas Kale and even more so, well, Caulifla and even more so Kale are much more berserkers. They're more, you know, they like to fight, even though they're women. Doesn't matter. Dragon Ball is an equal opportunity series when it comes to combat. So, the whole thing is, you know, Champa thinks that with Goku being so tired from the fight with Jiren, that Caulifla might be able to win. And Beerus thinks that, well, Goku's the only one who can beat Jiren. But Champa's whole thing is, well, I'm hoping that we win based on numbers, even though they've only got 4 fighters left. Well, buddy, if you're hoping to win on numbers, then you might want to focus on some of the other universes too. You know what I mean? So she charges at Goku. Goku's blocking. She's in Super Saiyan 2. Goku's in base. Goku knocks her away in his base. So even when Goku is in his base, even though he's tired, it's still too much for Caulifla, which should tell you the difference in power. Now, one thing that I definitely want to hammer home in this review, you know, focusing on the character of Caulifla and Goku and their relationship, because that's really what this was, is I feel like this is mirroring the Vegeta Cabba situation, where it's almost like Goku is training her. And like I said earlier this week, I did an entire discussion topic about this on my channel. I'll link it at the end of this video. And with what happened with Vegeta and Cabba, and how Vegeta was like, you know, you're taking me to Planet Sadala, I feel like with that plus this, like the whole, like, you know, master-student thing with Vegeta, Cabba, and then Goku and these two, I really do think that it's, you know, really, really a Planet Sadala arc is happening. I mean, there's just too many clues here, too many connections. Whether it be a filler in between arc, I don't want to say filler, but like a short arc in between the next big arc, or an actual big arc. That remains to be seen. So Caulifla does land some shots. Big left hook to Goku. Goku begins using the Zanzo-Ken, which is the after image technique, and then Caulifla's having a hard time landing blows, and Goku's taunting her the whole time. Then he upgrades to instantaneous movement. Instant transmission. Big speed difference here. Goku is handling this chick in his base. They have a pretty fun fight to watch. I mean, like I said, the majority of this episode was a fight, and it was fun to watch. I was not bored. I actually thought the fight was more exciting than even Jiren versus Hit, which I thought had some slow parts. I thought this was pretty well done. Caulifla, of course, as she's fighting, is getting stronger, and Whis talks about, well, she's getting more strong as they fight, but also, you know, like we talked about before, Goku appears to be healing as well. So Caulifla's getting better and better. So Goku finally decides to power up to SS1. So I first thought it was 2, but the more I saw the fight, it was just 1. Yeah, it was just the first form. And like I said, Caulifla probably wants to learn all the forms. So Goku does better. We see a shot of Kale watching. He deflects some big ki blasts. They keep fighting. Again, fun fight to watch. I was not bored. Caulifla going with some good body shots and ki blasts, really mixing up the offense here. Goku does not seem as tired as he used to be. If there's one plot point of this episode that did kind of bug me, was that I felt that Goku recovered a little bit too fast. That's my opinion. I think he seemed a lot more out of it before, and we know that the time goes really slow in this damn tournament. I just feel like Goku is recovering too fast, but maybe that'll be explained later. I don't know. So Goku and Caulifla power up, big explosion, start shooting ki blasts at each other. They're trying to establish Caulifla as being very Goku-like, obsessed with getting stronger and fighting. Goku hits her with a big kick, and she goes into a mountain. They collide again. Hits Goku with a big, big right fist to the grill piece right in the mouth. But at this point, by the way, I forgot to mention, they're in SS2. So they're already, Goku went to SS2. Goku thinks that Caulifla might be able to even surpass 3. And Goku actually calls Kale over. Goku wants Kale to fight, and Beerus is, of course, not happy about this. And again, I wonder, is it because Goku feels like the more he fights, the stronger he gets and the faster he heals? Obviously, that's part of it, but the other question is, I also feel like Goku's growing a soft spot for Caulifla and Kale. And again, I say it again, the Sadala arc is really being teased now for the future. At least a visit, right? So Kale powers up, but she doesn't go to Berserk. She's just Super Saiyan with green hair. Now, when I first watched the episode, I thought that maybe it was the controlled Berserk form, and I wrote that in my notes that I'm reading right now as I do the review, but later on in the episode, that winds up not being the case. So Kale and Caulifla fight Goku together. Really fun fight, well choreographed, good part of the episode, probably my favorite part. They rock Goku from different angles. Goku's enjoying himself, but he's taking a punishment here. Now, Krillin remarks that he thinks that Goku is using Ultra Instinct, but Whis is like, no, he is not. He's just fast. He once again reiterates that Ultra Instinct is not something that can be learned this quickly, that it takes time. And even though Goku's a prodigy, and let's be real, he's probably going to get it again before the end of the tournament. I mean, let's be honest here. He's going to get it again with his shirt off, like in the original Limit Breaker picture, which, by the way, Limit Breaker was never the official name of anything. I've seen some videos, people were saying that Limit Breaker is not Ultra Instinct. Limit Breaker is Ultra Instinct, brother. It's just that Goku hasn't mastered it yet. It's the same thing. So again, Whis reiterates that this is not something that's easy to do. So Caulifla and Kale double punch Goku. Goku powers up to destroy the ki blast. We see this big puff of smoke, blue lightning. Then when the smoke clears, Goku is in Super Saiyan 3. I love this shot. Just this shot right here. It looked beautiful. Love the way it was directed with like the lightning and the smoke kind of coming off of him. Really reminded me of when he first did it in the Buu arc, except there wasn't that much smoke. I really liked that a lot. But it did remind me of the shot in Dragon Ball Z episode 185 when Gohan finishes his transformation and the smoke clears and he's looking at Cell and you hear that dun 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 dun. Like, it did remind me of that. And I would have loved it if Kikuchi had done the score for Super. Unfortunately, he did. He's retired. As far as I know, he's retired, but it would have been great. So anyways, love the shot here. Goku goes SS3, but he immediately reverts from the form. He cannot sustain Super Saiyan 3. So I was so happy to see this because I was wondering, why would Goku use 3 if it's known to be a stamina draining form? And I was thinking, okay, well, maybe Goku, because it's been so many years since the Buu Saga, he's figured out how to master it to where it won't drain that much stamina, which I think is the most logical theory you can think of. But at this point, this is still the Goku who's still tired. Super Saiyan 1 and 2 are much more natural states for him. He's used them more often. He's mastered them. So SS3, I feel like Goku recognized its flaws, and I feel like that's why we've rarely seen the form. I mean, I think we've only seen it in Dragon Ball Super 4 times. This is the 4th time. So anyways, so Kale and Caulifla love it. They're marking out. And it's funny because they're marking out over SS3 when they've already seen, like, God, Blue, Ultra Instinct. Like, Goku's already done stuff that's way beyond 3, but it's just, I feel like they're just fangirls for transformations. Like, all the fanboys out there who love their transformations, I feel like that's what they kind of are, except they're in-universe. I thought that was kind of funny. So then the episode cliffhanger ends with Kale powering up. She goes into her berserk form. She goes berserk, and as of right now, from what I'm seeing, this berserk fake Broly form is her strongest form. So that's her highest power. Goku prepares to take on Kale, but remember, he's still not 100%. He cannot maintain 3. So how well will Goku do against berserk Kale, right? It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But we'll see. I mean, like I said, we've seen her go from regular SS to, it's green haired though, which is kind of weird because her hair is black, so they haven't explained that. But Berserk seems to be a more powerful. She goes full out Broly with the buff arms and everything. 22 minutes left in the tournament, and that is the cliffhanger. Next week, I'm going to be covering the preview on this channel tomorrow. Let's just say it, bro. Let's just say it. Kale and Caulifla are gonna fuse. It's not even a speculation anymore. It's gonna happen, and they're gonna Potara fuse. Because in the next episode preview, you see a freaking fusion of them wearing a Potara. They are going to Potara fuse. So I guess Potaras are gonna be made legal by Zeno. That's all that makes sense. They said no objects, no artifacts. He already allowed Roshi to use the Mafuba jar. We haven't seen Senzu beans yet in this arc. We might see them. And now we're finally seeing, you know, a Potara used in the tournament. So who knows where this is going. But next week, most of the fights, Goku and Kale, and of course the fusion probably as the cliffhanger for next week. So that's tomorrow here on Geekdom 101. What did you think about this episode? And by the way, if you feel like I missed something in my review, definitely make sure to comment it, but please don't be a douche about it. You know, there's a lot of pricks who leave comments about, oh, you missed this, you know, you're an idiot. No, I missed it because I'm watching the show and I'm taking notes, okay? And I also watch it twice. I watch it subbed and I watch it regular, and I also miss it because sometimes I just don't think it's important to cover. There was nothing in this episode that I didn't cover in this review that I thought was important. But if you disagree with me, if you think I did miss something that you want to see covered on Geekdom 101, please leave a comment. But don't make assumptions about, you know, me not paying attention, because it's a lot to take in. You know, we're doing these videos right after the episode airs most of the time, just a little while after, because I'm telling you, if I don't have my review up, people are going to scream at me saying, where's the damn review? So this is my review, but again, if you feel like I missed something, definitely tell me. Something you want expounded upon that you think is important. But like I said, most of this episode was just a fight. There wasn't much else here.